My name is Kevin Lee Sun. I am a 28-year-old pianist from Sacramento, California. I'm not from a musical family. My family is a family of engineers and pediatricians from communist China. My grandfather was a structural engineer. He studied, though, at a German missionary school in China. There he was immersed in the arts, especially European classical arts, and he came to love piano music and opera. His favorite musicians were Vladimir Horowitz and Maria Callas. And he instilled that love for European classical music in my dad, who then signed me up for lessons when I was 5, and I took to it very, very quickly. My mom comes from a different family. Her father was more of a political figure in China, and she loves music, especially Chinese folk music and Chinese popular music. I think that combination in my heritage of love for Asian popular music and folk music, as well as an interest in European classical music, has really shaped who I am artistically. Right now, at this point in my life, I have made a really crucial decision about my role in society. And I think my role in society is to be a musician who elevates the voices of composers who are rarely heard, a musician who programs diversely, a musician who sparks empathy in the audience based on music that is emotionally relevant to today, that is meaningful for our current society. I used to be a medical student. For a while, I was studying medicine at Stanford University. While I was there, I was really interested in psychiatry because I think my open-mindedness and my interest in all sorts of subjects led me to find fascinating the human brain, the diversity of human thought processes and behavior in my patients. As I was listening to their stories and their various ways of speaking about their own feelings and thoughts, I thought back to my own education in the classics. I thought about it scientifically from my biology major. I was moved towards empathy in hearing all these stories from my psychiatry patients, from the diversity of experiences that they had. Now, as a musician, I find that those two things, empathy and diversity, are defining elements of my artistry. Hyo-shin Na's Rain Study, written in 1999, uses a Korean folk song called Sanyonbul, and it has these really meaningful lyrics. The sun that sets will rise again tomorrow. A life that passes will never return. It's this kind of meditation on the fleeting element of human life, on mortality. When I play this piece, at first, the folk song is obscured by all these clusters of notes, all these dissonances. It sounds like the rain, thus the name of the piece, Rain Study. At the second half of the piece, the folk song emerges from the rain. Slowly the rain lets up and we hear the music, the folk element, the Asian wisdom, basically, that's behind this piece. I find that the use of the folk song emerging out of the sounds of nature, that is connected to the Robert Schumann piece I'm playing, Songs of the Early Morning. When he sent these to his publisher, he described them as feelings at the growth and the approach of the morning. More so the depiction of feelings than painting pictures of the morning. And these feelings of the morning are conveyed by songs, Gesänge, that emerge out of the rising of the dawn, that emerge from the dawn. And so this idea of this song, this beautiful aspect of thinking about human conditions, about mortality, about human life, about what it means to be alive, emerging out of nature, I think is what connects these pieces together. One thing I try to communicate to my friends who think that classical music is basically white supremacy, is basically elevating white culture on a pedestal, is to paint a picture. Music that I play is basically laid out in a circle. The piano is this vast repertoire, and we are really lucky to have it. At the center of the circle, the origin of this circle, the center of it, is the classical canon. This traditional music is really meaningful and rich with color, and I could spend my entire life there, at the center of the circle, playing it and making other people very happy with its beauty and its meaning. But I tell my friends, I am trying to go to the edge of the circle. I'm trying to push against the edge, to poke at it and prod at it, and see where that edge is and how far it can go. This edge is culturally and stylistically undefined. It's new. It's not within the tradition. This music is relevant, is changing, is not just from that point in the center of the circle anymore. That it can grow and expand and include them and their voices and their perspectives too. In psychiatry, we were primarily focused on diagnosing and therapeutics. There was a lot of thinking about who we are and why we think the way we do and how it impacts our behaviors, right? There's a lot of that kind of metacognition going on. But on stage, I clear all that out. The idea is that I am not anything or anyone. I am in a zone of extreme empathy. That's all I can really say and define it as. I just become feelings.